This is Muskegon Rising, a service of the Muskegon Rotary Club.
Since 1916, our purpose has been to create lasting positive change.
We shine a light on the people and ideas shaping our community's economic growth, education, and workforce.
In every episode, we dig into the stories of opportunity, innovation, and success. This is where learning meets local growth.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new version of Muskegon Rising. You get the opportunity in this very first episode to meet the co-hosts / producers / Mike Vogus's go-getters, whatever you want to call us, right? And super excited for this new venture that we are now getting off to. And I think it's really important, before we introduce ourselves, that everybody understands that this is not necessarily a new thing. This is just sort of a offshoot of what we've already been doing as far as highlighting some good things that are happening here in Muskegon.
Absolutely, DJ. I think we're just refreshing what we've already been doing and telling those amazing stories that are going on in Muskegon County.
So I'm going to let you introduce yourself first.
Thank you. So I'm Maike, and as DJ said, we have a slew of titles. At the end of the day, all we want to do is tell good stories about what's going on in Muskegon County. So been doing Muskegon Rising for 2 years and really excited at this new version and its potential to tell our communities amazing stories.
Yeah, my name's DJ Hilson, and like Aaron, I've been a part of Muskegon Rising for the last 2 years. We were just coming off of doing Muskegon County Municipalities at Work, which was highlighting more hyper-focused on local government and the various departments and jobs that make local government and communities thrive. And now being a part of this new brand, if you will, of what we want to offer people as far as information is concerned, is going to be really, really, really cool in the sense that, again, I think we get to talk about and highlight what we already know about Muskegon, right? And sort of what I've always called is that sort of diamond in the rough idea that, you know, nobody really truly knows what Muskegon is. And thankfully, some of these podcasts, earlier versions, have really started to kind of shine that diamond up a little bit.
Absolutely. I was driving here thinking about this, and a term came to mind called confluence, or the adjective. Really, Muskegon, if you look back with the mall coming down and really sand blowing down our main streets and the factories closing, I remember the media saying it's a race to the bottom between Flint and Muskegon. And we had amazing leaders that pivoted. And you think of all of the development downtown. You think of Cytiva coming to town from Sweden. You think of the Muskegon Promise. You think of the Muskegon Public School Ford Next Gen Career Academy. It is bringing together careers, education, and workforce development, and that confluence of those things is what we want to highlight here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really important, and we're starting to see, as you indicated. I mean, I remember when I first came to town, I got to go to Stekkedy's once downtown, and then the mall was gone. And we spent a long period of time, like you said, that desert downtown, and everybody fighting over, well, we can't change this, we can't do that. And then innovative leadership, and you look at what it looks like today. And, you know, for me, it's been a long time coming, but man, oh man, I tell you what, it took a while, but how rapid it has really sort of exploded, not only from the educational standpoint, but as you indicated, workforce development, economic development, that has just sort of exploded. And now Muskegon is becoming a place where people are really interested in not only coming to, but investing in.
Absolutely. And I think it's more than just the city of Muskegon. It's Muskegon County. We've got Costco, GE Aviation, Howe Met investing hundreds of millions of dollars in plant expansions. It's what an exciting time to be in Muskegon County and to showcase what we're doing.
Well, it really, you know, as we were sort of brainstorming what this new version of Muskegon Rising was going to look like, the areas of focus became really crystal clear really quickly. Because again, you know, as you mentioned, on the education front, the things that the Promise has done for the students in the last few years, you know, what Baker College brings, what MCC brings, what and certainly some of the new innovative ideas and thoughts that are coming out of Muskegon Public Schools. I mean, all this stuff, the traditional way of doing education is really, I think, as you know, probably better than I do. Traditional ways of doing education are starting to erode a little bit because we have to kind of stay with the times. And that, to me, that area, being able to focus on education and the new things that are happening in that sphere is going to be fantastic.
And it's what our students want. It's what the employers are demanding. So we have to shift or we'll become irrelevant. We have some amazing, we have Rotary as our partner. They are our sponsor. But we also have some really amazing community contributors that help drive our content. And our goal is for them to give us the stories early and often so that we can get that material out to our viewers. You want to talk about who those partners are?
Yeah, I mean, look, we couldn't ask for better partners. Certainly from the education front, the schools, the colleges, but from the business front, the Chamber of Commerce. Certainly Rotary is going to be a huge partner, and so those partnerships and having access to those networks is really going to help make our jobs a lot easier and really drive what I think is really important content, not only from a historical standpoint, but also what we had talked about, what you had just mentioned, trying to stay in real time and provide our viewers and our listeners, who we hope will just expand by the thousands, with real time information. And so I love the blend of being able to mix some of the historical stuff that is starting to make Muskegon great, but also as new things are happening, either from the chamber perspective or from the foundation perspective, community foundation, that we're able to sort of get the scoop, if I'm going to steal a journalistic term, or get the scoop a little bit and provide sort of not only the information, but also the conversation that's driving that information.
Absolutely. We want to be that storyteller. Probably the most exciting thing to me is we're going to drop our episodes regularly. And so the second and fourth Tuesday or Thursday of every month, we're going to drop our audio and video versions and keep that really consistent. And you mentioned follow us. These stories are amazing, and they tell everything that's going on in Muskegon County, and they're all positive. We need followers. We want them to follow because that's going to help our Rotary Club continue to do the great work in our community.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that. Well, I'm gonna like pass it off to you, so to speak. How can people follow this amazing podcast? And it will be amazing. How can people follow this amazing podcast?
Yeah, I think, first of all, subscribe. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on wherever you listen to your podcast. These get pushed out to multiple podcasts on your iPhone or Android. I'm an Apple guy, so I listen to podcasts on my Apple podcast. But also, there's opportunities here for sponsorships. We want to showcase businesses with advertising on this podcast. So consider sponsoring this. The money will go to our Rotary Foundation, which helps educate our youth, which helps clean water projects, and helps Earth Day, millions of things that we've done for our Rotary Club through the foundation. That money goes to the foundation to support those things and more in the future.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's really important for people to understand. One, we want to highlight certainly the stories that we're going to tell, but we also want to continue to support the local businesses that have really driven a lot of what we're going to talk about. And the best way for us to do that is for those local businesses to invest in this particular venture in the form of a sponsorship. And so, yeah, I mean, I really, for me, I didn't grow up here. But I've lived a large part of my adult life in Muskegon County, and have loved every minute of it, and have really appreciate all the businesses that make Muskegon great, that are unique to Muskegon. All the things that those folks do to drive the economic development, to drive the economy, not only in Muskegon County, statewide, even worldwide. And I think it's incumbent upon us as co-hosts to make sure that we give them all the flowers that we can. And the best way for that is for them just a little lettuce. You just need a little lettuce on the sponsorship idea, and we're happy to be your biggest fans.
100%. We'll include them in our podcasts. I think what you said is why we're here, and I want to highlight that. You've been here for a long time. This is my second time back to Muskegon. It'll be my final move. I've said that for 8 years. I moved around the state, and I lived everywhere from Marquette to Southwest Detroit. And Muskegon is that hidden gem. And this podcast and the stories that we tell are really Mike Voges's idea. When he moved here 50 plus years ago, he really was frustrated by people's perception who lived here. And we want to showcase those amazing things that are here because it is truly not a diamond in the rough, in my opinion. It is a diamond now. And there are huge investors that are attracted to Muskegon County, buying houses, moving here, choosing to invest here because of all of the amazing qualities of life that we have.
I couldn't agree with you more. And it's, for me, as a person who really, that isn't sort of my expertise or line of work, but I've always in my mind thought, man, all we need is a couple people just to take a chance, right? To invest some money in this community, and it's going to not only set the trend, but they're going to understand that their investment was well worthwhile because the return is going to be so great. And as you've indicated, we've had some folks to kind of dip their toe in the water and went, whoa, yeah, this was better than I expected. I can't believe that people aren't finding, these opportunities. Why didn't I find this opportunity sooner here in Muskegon County? And so, yeah, again, I think really for me, it's going to be breaking that perception barrier, in particular for those folks that live in this community or have grown up in this community. It's time for them to be able to, kind of stick their chest out and say, yep, I am from Muskegon County, and I'm gosh darn proud of it. And that to me is really one of the things I'd like to accomplish in this endeavor is that the residents who should all subscribe. We should have 175,000 subscribers because of the population here in the county. And they should all get involved and understand that it's time for us to say, you know what, we are great. And here are the reasons why we're great. And I know these reasons because I listened to this amazing podcast put on by two guys who kind of know what they're talking about. And it's run by this crazy guy named Mike Voges who will live and die for this community, which is what we need. So yeah, I mean, I as you can tell, I'm super excited.
I think the thing I want to focus on as well is that while we have three areas of focus, education, workforce development, and economic development, those are very broad in scope. So we'll have basketball coaches because they're educators and growing our youth. We're going to talk about how families and strong families matter. We've got amazing podcasts coming up with content that is broad, but it is clearly focused on those three areas. So I want to make sure our listeners and viewers understand that those are our three areas, but there's a lot of content in those three focus areas.
I think it's a great teaser because, again, when people hear those words, education, workforce development, economic development, I think certain images come into their head of what that looks like. Okay, well, school, business, whatever, factory, whatever it is. But to your point, as we have discussed topics, it's amazing the connection you can make on something you wouldn't even think touches any of those and go, yep, this drives this, which then leads to this. And so I think what people need to understand is that this isn't going to be a boring little podcast. This is going to take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes out of your day. And it's going to, in that time frame, it's going to give you a really important piece or important pieces of information that then you can see the connection, because we're going to draw that connection for you. But understand, it is going to be very wide, and the guests are going to be amazing, and you will see how that connects to the three focus areas that we're talking about.
I couldn't agree more. And our partners and our contributors, they're going to continue to feed us content. Since we've announced this and worked with them, they've fed us 5 or 6 pieces of material already that are going to be truly amazing for our community here. So I think about what I'm so excited for to dig into, and it's just to continue to tell the amazing stories that are going on in our community, because we have been a very, I guess I'll say, quiet community about all of the amazing things, and we need to brag. We don't need to be overzealous, but we have so many amazing things in Muskegon County that we need to be proud of that, as you said, and we need to make sure that others are aware of that when we're around. Wear your Watch Muskegon t-shirts.
Absolutely. And the nice thing about it being a subscriber to both the video and audio, and it's not going to cost you anything to subscribe. It's free. So don't think you have to pay some crazy subscription. It's free. But it gives you something to give to somebody and say, hey, look, you may be, I know you're thinking about, a new career or a new job or a new location. I want you to take a listen to a couple of these and think about Muskegon County as that destination. It will become an amazing tool for everybody to use, whether it be to say, hey, I'm going to wear that Watch Muskegon t-shirt because I'm from Muskegon and you need to be from Muskegon too. To, maybe it's the chamber trying to woo somebody in to the community, an investor or another business development, giving the chamber or the community foundation or the schools for that matter, the opportunity to provide additional information outside of the sheets and everything else that they send to these corporations. Hey, I want you to take a listen to this and then, let me know what you think, kind of thing. It's, to me, it's a worthwhile endeavor. And I should mention, you and I, we don't get paid to do this. We are completely volunteers because we believe in what Muskegon County has to offer. We believe that this is something that can be a catalyst to greater things for this community. And that's all the payment and energy that I need.
Absolutely. Zero compensation other than just feeling really great about the people that we meet, what I learn in every interview, and then showcasing that. The other thing, as we were talking, if you don't have time for the 20-minute version, that's okay. We actually, in this world of AI, we have an amazing software that Mike Vogus found that cuts this up into shorts. So when you follow us, you'll be able to see some of those shorts as well. And those are 3 minutes or less that really highlight key areas in that longer conversation. And they can be maybe teasers for you to carve 20 minutes out of your 30 minutes out of your day to listen to the full podcast. It's amazing. It's sound bites. And you and I don't have to record 10 shorts. It cuts it out for us, which is really amazing.
Yeah, now if they could give me more hair on my head, maybe I can get AI to do that too. I mean, that would be that'd be special.
Now I got a project to do later. Well, DJ, have we missed anything that our viewers need to know?
Boy, I think we covered it. And like you said, this isn't a happenstance. This is going to be regular drops every other Thursday. Happens to coincide with Rotary because we're going to start. You're going to start seeing this podcast being pushed in a positive way. And so I guess what I would say is don't overlook it. Give it a chance. I mean, you got to try it at least once. And I think what you're going to find is that again, 20 minutes goes by really quickly, and you're going to soak in a lot of information. And certainly, I hope that you're able to spread some of that, but also, most importantly, spread the word. Because again, you can do a lot of things in 20 minutes. Your commute might be 20 minutes. And why not just soak that in with some local community knowledge that's going to make you proud to be a resident of this fine county.
I couldn't agree more. I think you've hit the nail on the head. And we just need people to subscribe and watch and listen to the great things that are going on in our community. So I'm really excited to have this episode drop, but more to have those powerful stories about the amazing things in our community that are occurring.
Yeah, so after this introductory episode, they're coming, folks. They're coming, and they're coming in a very routine and systematic way. And so take the time, and certainly, at a minimum, watch some of the shorts. But I would highly recommend just take the 20 to 30 minutes.
And I would add, we're a little older, but we're flexible.
That's right.
So if the content is really strong, we're going to change and we'll drop more often. If you have a special episode that you want us to air, we will move that up in the order based on what's going on in your business and when it needs to be told to our community. So happy to be flexible and showcasing those great stories.
Well, I think it's, what you said just kind of sparked something in me. So I apologize on this, but for those folks, those business owners, community leaders, folks that are management level or whatever level you are, and you think, hey, I'd like you guys to do a story about this particular activity my business is doing, or this particular person who's doing this to help in whatever capacity. Reach out and let us know, because we have the ability to record episodes on a regular basis. And to your point, I mean, certainly if something's hot and you need to have it out there, sooner rather than later, we can make that happen. But as you're listening to this introductory episode and you have some ideas on how we might be able to push forward those core principles that we are looking at, let us know, because we're ready.
DJ, I think this was your idea to have this be our inaugural episode. So great idea. I really appreciate your partnership and friendship in doing this project, and I look forward to the next year. Oh, man, I tell you what, I'm super excited to work with you on this. It's unfortunate that, what you're going to see is one of us doing the interviews. We decided that more than two people is just not effective. And but who knows? Maybe we'll have to do like a 6-month and a year evaluation with the two of us and talk about what we've learned up to those points. But yeah, I can't wait to work with you on this, and this is going to be a really good thing. Thanks so much for coming on today and taking the time with me, and I look forward to seeing our episodes. Amen to that. If you value local stories about growth and opportunity, subscribe to Muskegon Rising. It makes a real difference.